Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you all are safe at home. Dear students, last week I taught you the first half of this lesson. The name of the lesson is Urban Livelihoods, and today I will teach you second half of the lesson. Now the point is a visit to the office area. The next evening they went to see Vrinda's elder sister's office, from where they had decided to visit a slum. Who were visiting? Vrinda and her cousin Smita, who came from village. Right, now what is slum? The characteristic features of the slum area are substandard dingy houses of high density and congestion, overcrowding, unsanitary conditions, absence of basic amenities like water supply, drainage and sewerage, and disposal of garbage. Right, means in few words we can say a dirty area. Right, Vrinda's sister Trisha worked for an NGO. Right, name Prayas, the name of Prayas. What is the name of NGO? Prayas means for what it is working? It is working for the people who are living in the slums, for their welfare, for the welfare of women and children. It is working. Right, now they took a bus to reach Trisha's office. In the area where the office was located, there were numerous buildings, tall and medium size. Means in this paragraph, what is telling about the scene of a city. Right, there were banks, offices, insurance companies, software giants, and airlines offices. Means these all were there. They see on the way while moving in the bus. Trisha worked as a coordinator and was in charge of various activities related to the welfare of the slum dwellers. She was in charge of the NGO. Right, the NGO paid her a salary as she was a permanent employee. She was a permanent employee. A permanent employee means after a few minutes I will tell you what is permanent employee. Right, she has got a variety of benefits such as provident fund, pension, medical facilities, house rent, allowance, holidays and leave. Means because she is a permanent employee, that's why she is getting all these facilities. Right, now about small scale jobs. What are small scale jobs? Small scale jobs are, or in other words we can say it, wage employment. Right, wage employment refers to a system of employment where the employee or wage workers get money according to his or her labor. He or she works on daily wages. The wage depends on kinds of project, number of work hours, or number of things produced. There is no formal provision of employment. There is no job security. As the permanent employee is getting such kinds of facilities, they are not getting all these facilities. Right? There is no job security and complete absence of any rules and regulations. For example, construction laborers, factory workers, and freelancers. Right? Now, next is permanent and temporary job. What are the features of permanent and temporary jobs? Trisha and many others who work in large companies, banks, or schools have permanent jobs. What are the benefits of permanent jobs? Permanent also we can say, and regular also we can say. Regular employments. Right? Regular employment is a full-time employment where people work as public or private sector employees. There are fixed working hours with fixed monthly salaries. The employers usually give a lot of incentives and benefits like medical insurance, traveling allowance, provident fund, and reimbursements. The employees mostly sign a contract which has to be observed strictly. There is a job security and good chance of promotions and appraisals also. People are employed based on their knowledge, education, and experience. Right? For example, bank employees, government school teachers, chartered accountants, and working in a big companies with a contract. Right? Now about casual workers. Casual workers or wage employee. Right? Those are who work in export houses or construction sites, can be said to be doing temporary jobs. The people who are doing temporary jobs, what they are not getting. Features of casual jobs told here. They do not have job security. Right? They can be get out at any hour. If they are needed to work there, if any project is needed for them, then they have employment. Otherwise, no. If they are working for 8 hours, 9 hours or more than it, they will get the money according to their work only. If they will take leave, they will not get any money. They will not get any leave. Right? Any reimbursement, any pension, any medical facilities, they will not get. When they will do work, they will get money. Otherwise, no money they will get. Right? And domestic help such as ayahs and housemaids are paid on a monthly basis, and their jobs also can be taken away by the employer. Means sometimes people need ayahs, like jhadu pocha wali, and a cleaner or a washerman. Sometimes when they need, they keep, and when they do not need, they tell them to go out. Right? Like this construction worker also there. When any project is there, for that only they are called. Otherwise, they have no work. Right? Many cannot afford permanent accommodation and have to sleep on pavements. They are sleeping, they have no house, they are too poor to afford a house on rents, and cook and live on the road in the open. Their children are seldom sent to school. right? Means they are not getting those facilities which we are getting, or which a person who has regular employment they are getting. Now about migration. Why migration is there and what is migration? By now we have understood that village life is very different from city life. People who have different standard of living and livelihoods in cities and villages. It may seem to us that rural and urban Indians are not linked and live independent life, but that is not the case. The life of people living in urban areas is largely dependent on people living in rural areas. How the food and fruits that people of urban areas eat is grown as the part of agricultural activities performed by rural people. The labor which is involved in construction work of cities and towns come from villages only. The domestic servants, rickshaw pullers, vegetable sellers, fruit sellers, street workers, factory workers come from villages to seek livelihood. The service they render are necessary for urban people. On the other hand, the manufacturing and service sectors of cities provide employment, goods and services to urban population. Right? Now, why migration is there? The movement of people from one place to another is termed as migration. Here, people from villages are migrating to cities and towns. Migration between rural and urban areas is increasing day by day. Some reasons are there. What are those reasons? Seasonal employment. Because in villages, seasonal employment is there. Seasonal nature of agricultural work. When harvesting time is there or sowing time is there, they are getting employment in the villages, and rest of the time they are unemployed. Right? So they are moving to the cities, and generally they work as construction workers, rickshaw pullers and domestic workers. Right? And next reason is of migration from rural into urban areas, lack of medical facilities. The villages lack basic health facility with a major impediment for people, therefore they come to cities in search of better treatment. And next factor is lack of education facilities. The level of education is very low. There are hardly any schools and colleges providing good education in villages. So people willing to study migrate to cities for better educational opportunities. However, migration is not seen as a good process, as this leads to overcrowding of cities. This kind of effects are there. It contributes to problems of traffic, housing, sanitation. Moreover, this contributes to imbalanced growth between villages and cities. If we want to see a developed India, then both urban and rural areas have to prosper equally. That's why only the slums are created. Slums are created in the cities. Dharavi in Mumbai is one of the largest slum in Asia. Right? Because the people poor people which they are going from villages to cities, they cannot afford the houses on rent. They are making they set up shanty settlements called slums, right? And they do not have facility there of electricity and drinking water. Then what they are doing, they are using electricity and drinking water illegally. Living condition is very much poor, sanitation is not there, right? It is very crowded, and at times the slums emerge as centers of crime and criminals, right? And for the welfare of the slums, many NGOs have taken up responsibility of educating slum children by offering them free education and engaging them in cultural activities. So dear students, this chapter is over. Okay, with this, question answers are also there. You will do that. Write neatly in the notebook and send for checking. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.